What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I've been thinking about turning this into a special segment on my channel where I just talk about some of the goofy things that I see people doing on social media. And I wanted to start off with this because this is a big pet peeve of mine here on social media, and that is when I see black people reacting to the 8 Mile battles from the end of the 8 Mile movie. So, if anyone's never seen it, 8 Mile is a movie starring Eminem, and it's a fictional story about his supposed the beginnings of his life in the rap world. Is completely fictional because anyone who really knows the history of Eminem knows he didn't come up like that. Okay, he wasn't hanging around a bunch of black people and out rapping them. That's nonsense. Okay, but uh, they make these types of movies to help legitimize Eminem, so he wasn't just seen as your average uh, part of the whole teeny bopper movement. Because when Eminem first came out, a lot of people don't remember this because they weren't old enough back then. But I was an adult at the time, so I knew what was going on. But when he was introduced, he was actually put in the same category as people like Britney Spears and Sync. I mean, they were all white artists stealing black music. If you go watch those early Britney Spears videos or those early Christina Aguilera videos, those early NSYNC videos, they're basically just imitating black R&B stars from the 90s. Okay, I mean this was the 90s. This was like the late 90s, like the tail end, 98, 99. So they're just emulating what they saw black people doing and black teens doing. Okay, that was basically how the music industry was moving back then. They were taking black music, black R&B, and black hip hop, and doing it with white faces. And Eminem was the face of this new generation of white hip hop. They put him on heavy rotation on MTV, and he got the cosign from people like Dr. Dre because Dr. Dre helped produce him. So when he came out, he was basically in that category, but most people who grew up with rap music didn't take him seriously. Like we enjoyed his music for what it was, but we weren't on his tip like a lot of people are nowadays. Like now people, especially young black people, will consider him the greatest rapper ever or one of the top 5 rappers ever. We don't see him like that. People who grew up in the 90s, who grew up with hip hop, we know that Eminem is not a top 5 rapper. He's someone that did his best to emulate those people, but he's not a top 5 rapper. If that's the case, then Britney Spears is one of the greatest R&B stars of all time. We know that's not true either, right? So I don't see how he got to this point, but this movie right here was one of the ways they helped to legitimize Eminem within the rap world, okay? To get everyone on his tip, okay? Because he was a white man who can put some words together. People started worshiping him, and then when they come out with this fictional movie to make it seem like he was just this white boy who was super talented and was just out rapping all the black guys. And now you actually have black people watching this and reacting to it like it's a real rap battle. This is not a real rap battle, folks. Okay? The 8 Mile battle is not real. The 8 Mile battle is just what it is. It's from a movie. So of course Eminem is going to win at the end. Why would he not? The final battle is against an actor. It's not even against someone who actually raps. At least some of the other people were somewhat known local rappers from the hood, but they didn't even get a real rapper for the final battle. They got the Falcon to rap against Eminem. That's who rapped against Eminem at the end. I think he played a character called Papa Doc, if I'm not mistaken, right? And he didn't even get to rhyme because Eminem just destroyed him so bad he couldn't even think of anything to say. That was how bad it was. So once again, like I said, that was a movie. So of course Eminem's going to win in his own movie. I would hope so. I would hope if you're the star of the movie and you're the main character, I hope you at least win at the end. Hell, there's no point in watching it if that's the case. After all you've been through in the movie, all the trials and tribulations of these mean old black guys beating you up in the movie and stealing your girlfriend, and you getting kicked out of your trailer home. I hope that you win at the end, right? So that's what they got in this movie. But like I said, there are black people who will actually get online and they do these little reaction channels where they do reactions to music or whatever, and they'll be watching this like it's real. And then talking about how Eminem is really the greatest rapper ever because he won a fictional battle. So does that mean we need to worship Russell Crowe as one of the greatest warriors of all time? Because at the same time, the movie Gladiator came out, and Russell Crowe, he was beating armies, he was fighting other gladiators, he was beating up tigers and whatnot in the movie, right? So is Russell Crowe one of the greatest warriors of all time because he survived to the end of the movie Gladiator? Is that what we're doing now? Is Sylvester Stallone the greatest boxer of all time because he won in the Rocky movies? Huh? Is Sylvester Stallone a great fighter because he beat Apollo Creed, Clubber Lang, and Ivan Drago? Is that what I'm supposed to believe now? Fictional stuff is real in real life. Okay? So why are we putting extras on someone like Eminem? I know because he's white that a lot of black people put extras on him anyway. They give him A's for effort, and they give him extra credit, because he's a white man who can put words together. So that must mean he's the greatest, right? But to sit there and react to a fictional film, and what's even worse is you'll see black people when they make their thumbnails for these types of videos, they'll have their eyes bugging out, they'll be bucking their eyes, looking like Mantan Moreland in those old minstrel movies, right? They'll be bucking their eyes with their mouths all agape, and they'll put like some sort of title like, man, he's the greatest ever. This dude is unreal. He's the greatest. I can't believe it. They're just stupid stuff. Just ridiculous. Like I said, the fact that you're reacting to something that's not even real and acting like this must be a great rap battle because it happened on film somewhere. No. The truth of the matter is, if anyone was around during that time, or let's say mid to late 90s, if you knew about different rap battles and stuff, like I have some of Eminem's rap battles from like mixtapes and whatnot, and some he won, some he lost. Just like any rapper back then. Like it's no different than, if you were listening to old rap battles of someone like Cool G Rap or Big Daddy Kane. They don't win them all. So, he won some, he lost some. There's one where he lost to a black female. I can't remember what her name was, but I remember his rhyme because he started out like don't. It was something about like don't blame your PMS on me or something. It was something ridiculous like that, and like it got the crowd hyped. I can't remember what the whole thing. I would have to go back and listen to it, but I remember that, and he actually lost to that lady. So making it seem like he's the greatest rapper ever and like he's never lost the battle, that's ridiculous. Of course he's lost. That's how you grow anyway as a as a artist or a battle rapper, is you gotta lose some. He wasn't just sweeping everybody. So, once again, it's the 8 Mile movie is propaganda in and of itself. Like I said, anyone who knows the history of Eminem knows he hung around a bunch of other white rappers. Even those white rappers have exposed him. He used to make a lot of racist rap music back then. He didn't hang around a bunch of black people. That didn't come to a lot later. Okay? And, the 8 Mile movie itself was just a way to help legitimize him. It's not real life. Okay? But the fact that you'll have that as a propaganda movie, and then you'll have black people watching it like it's real, and I guess that means it accomplished its goal because you got black people who will believe it and think that Eminem must be the greatest rapper ever because he beat these 3 rappers here in this movie, and one of them's an actor, not even an actual rapper. I mean, of course he's the greatest, right? I mean, he won by the end, and they could do nothing against him. Just ridiculousness. But once again, let me just say this at the end. I don't hate Eminem. I don't think he's the worst rapper ever. Obviously not. He's not the greatest. That's my one gripe I've had about him since the beginning is people putting him up on a pedestal like he's the greatest rapper ever. He is not. Okay, and I know for a fact the only reason people put him there is because he's white. If any other race or person rapped like this, they would not even be considered top 10. Case in point, Master Ace is not considered. He is Eminem basically took the rhyme style of this man, and no one even knows who he is, unless you're like a hardcore hip hop fan. So, you know, that proves my point. You see what I'm saying? If a black person got on stage and rapped about how his mom's a hoe and a drug addict and how he'll kill his girlfriend, his mama, and everybody else, and rapping about the Columbine murders and whatnot, no one would take him seriously. He would not be as popular as he is now, especially if he had come out talking about calling gay people the F word every other lyric that he had. You see what I'm saying? And even when they got on Eminem, that only made him more popular. It didn't destroy his career. It only helped it to grow. Same thing, if, like I said, if a black rapper had come out doing the same thing, they would not get where he has gotten today. Okay, he definitely would not get all the accolades that he's gotten. Okay, so you folks can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section. If you want me to continue with this series and do more of my pet peeves of nonsense that I see on social media, especially black social media, let me know in the comments. But let me know how you feel about these black reactors reacting to the 8 Mile battle like it's something real. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devils' back.